सरस्वत्यै नमः। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः। गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
गजानना 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 प्रथम पूजन गणराया
जया शङ्करा भवगोचरा शिवचिदम्बरा ओङ्कारा चिदम्बरा ओंकारा शंकरा अवधोचरा शिव चिदम्बरा ओंकारा पति विहारा पाप विदूरा
Sairam, everyone. Thank you so much for coming for this very special evening. And thank you, Swami, for blessing us for very rare and wonderful upcoming satsang. We welcome Dr. Sanjay Mahalingam from Puttaparthi. He just actually landed yesterday, and he looks like he's fresh with all the energy, with Swami's energy. We can see that. And He's, as we all read his bio, he's born and brought up from Delhi, and he's been in Perth under Swami's. He studied there until MBA, and Dr. Mahalingam, you may not know, but I spoke to. We all know Professor Bhagya, right? And I did speak to him after I spoke to you, and this is what he told me about you. He said, "Oh, Sanjay, he's one of the bright students." So he was one of his very bright students, and he actually, when Professor Bhagya retired, and he took over his job, and he did the wonderfully, he was a faculty at the Satyasai Institute of Higher Learning in the management department, teaching the MBA students. And now he is actually transforming a lot of souls and doing a great job under Swami's guidance. And without further ado, let's give him a warm welcome to please come and share his experiences. Thank you. And we quickly wanted to thank Sister Swamini, who brought him here, drove him after her work. Thank you so much for bringing him. Thank you.
Sairam, all of you. Offering my loving salutations at Swami's lotus feet. Very good evening in Sairam. Many years back, I just want to ask one question before I speak. How many here have listened to my YouTube talks and are conversant with my speeches? Not many. Okay, you will get bored because Swami has left. So I can only speak about the experiences that I had. So there are no new experiences except a couple here and there. Yes. No, I'm fine for now. So some of the things you will hear will be repetition, but it's... So many years back, Swami was going to Kodaikanal with some of his students. And in those days, Swami used to drive. Later in his later years, when I went, he used to fly. But those days, he used to drive in his Mercedes, and students will come in a bus behind Swami's car. On one such occasion, Swami suddenly decided to step out of his Mercedes and entered the bus where students were going. And the students were, of course, thrilled. And Swami was sitting with them, chatting and singing bhajans and joking in the bus with the students. The car was going empty in the front. But it had tinted glasses so nobody could see inside. And when the car was passing through a city, I think Madurai or something, all the hundreds of devotees had lined up across the streets to have Swami's darshan. And they were all bowing down to the car. They couldn't see, but they were all doing namaskar to the car as the car was speeding away and behind the bus was coming. And then Swami told the students, see, this is the power of association. I'm not even in the car, but the car is associated with me. And see that empty car, how much respect it is getting. And here, I am associated with you guys and nobody is doing namaskar to me. So, this is the power of association. Similarly, our glory in this world only comes from our association with our Guru. More importantly, anything that is beautiful in us comes only when our mind gets associated with the Guru in the heart. Otherwise, mind is just dead wood. Same repetitive thoughts, day after day, the same old story and drama. But when we can get a break from that and we can touch divine inner silence, the Sadguru shining in the heart, only then there is any glory to our lives. In that association with nothingness, in that association with the beating divine within us, only in that association there is any meaning. And this is what I gathered sitting at the feet of Swami for so many years. By the way, what's the time I have to end? I'm sorry, I'm 9:15 is the hard stop? Okay, all right. I'm also... ठीक है. So 9:15 including the Q&A? अच्छा, ठीक है. I'm just going to refer to my phone. I've written some things. Okay. Okay, since we have time, maybe I'll share a few experiences then. See, I was 13 or 14 years old. I was very, very naughty. And my mother used to always worry, what is going to happen to this boy? You know. But my parents were already Sai devotees. And one day, Swami came in my mother's dream and said, why you worry about Sanjay? I will take care of him. Don't worry. I was just 13. Then after a few years, my mother had a fracture and she was sitting on the bed reading a book. Actually, she even remembers the book. It was a book by Phyllis Crystal, Cutting the Ties That Bind. She was sitting and reading that book. And Swami physically appeared in the doorway of the room. And Swami is standing like that. And my mother just dropped the book and looked at Swami, and then Swami said again, your children are my children. I have a sister also, younger sister. Your children are my children. Forget about them. I will take care of them. But my mother's worry didn't stop. I still remember when I was filling the form for MBA, there is a guardian's signature is required. Although I was an adult, but still I don't know why. They need a guardian's, and my mother refused to sign because someone told her, boys who go there never come back. So she said, then I still remember it was 2002. And she said, you have to promise that the day your MBA gets over, next day you will come back. I said, of course. What am I going to do there? If the MBA gets over, I'll come back, I'll get a job. So then only she signed. But as it happened, I never went back. I'm still in Parthi. And so MBA got over, and then my mom, why are you not coming back? Why are you not coming back? What about your job? This one, that one, So it was getting very difficult. So I told Swami like this. But it's also very, very dangerous to tell Swami these things. Because Swami said, okay, mother is worrying, go. So you can't even tell, but there was such an occasion. And I told Swami like that. Then Swami said, okay, call your parents, I will talk to them. Then 2004, July, I think it was 12th July, my parents came and Swami called them all for interview. And Swami said, as my mother entered the interview room, before even she could come and sit down, Swami said in Tamil, dreamla vandu sonne, நேர வந்து சொன்னேன் இப்போ இங்க சொல்றேன் don't worry your children are my children. So Swami said, I came in your dream and said and told you, then I physically appeared in front of you and told you, now I am telling you in this room, your children are my children, I'll take care of them, forget about them. And then Swami said, he said Baba nu sonna poradu, நம்பிக்கை இருக்கணும். He said, it is not enough to say Baba. You have to have faith. How many times do I tell you? I will take care. Don't worry. It was that day, and then my mother, as she left that interview room, it was that day and it is today. She has never asked me, what are you doing with your life? When are you going to get married? When are you going to get a job? Many things happened after that. It was that day and this day. It was just like a veil lifted. Swami's words, they have that kind of power. Also, what I realized is, even when I did not even know the word Sai Baba, I was a 12-year-old, prankster. I was a very terrible kid. And I didn't even know who is Swami, but he was even then looking out for me. And when first time I was alone with Swami, on the 17th of February, 2004. It was one day before Shivratri that year, 17th Feb. I'll never forget that day. I had a few interviews before them, but that was the first time when I was alone with Swami in the personal. There is an interview room, and then inside there's a small, tiny room, the personal interview room. And Swami took me inside, and when I was alone with Swami hugged me and everything, and then he said, I have been waiting for this chance for so long. And I was like, I'm sorry, is that supposed to be my dialogue? Sorry, what? And Swami was in tears, and obviously I was in tears, and I just came out of the interview room so dazed. What's he talking about? He is waiting for so long for this chance. Then over the years, as I have meditated more and more, I have realized, and that just fills my heart, that what an ancient connection we have had with Swami. It appears that he appeared now. It just looks like that we came to Parthi on a certain date and got admission in some college on a certain day and something happened and then. But what an ancient and a deep connection we all have with that divine, and how often that divine has come to us over so many lifetimes and different names and forms and looked out for us and nudged us in the right direction so that one day finally we can settle down in the mindless heart. And nudging, subtly moving us towards that inner silence. That day I realized, wow, when I didn't even know of Sai Baba, he was looking out for me and he was guiding my steps unknown to me. A force which is I'm not even aware of consciously is guiding my hands, legs, my tongue, my eyes, my ears, my mind, my thoughts, my heart, and nudging me. And then, here I am, and finally Swami sees me and says, I have been waiting for this chance. So, yeah, these are some of the most beautiful memories I have of that time. Okay. So, there's also a very sweet experience I remember, because we associate Swami nowadays especially with a lot of dreams. One such night, I was sleeping in the dining hall of the Sri Satya Sai Senior Boys Hostel. Okay. I was actually sleeping there, and I dream that I am sleeping in the dining hall where I was sleeping. I dream that I am sleeping in the dining hall, and Swami's car has entered the dining hall from the other entrance. And I wake up. All this is happening in my dream, and I wake up and I see Swami. I said, Swami. And Swami said, shh, don't wake up others. I have come only for you. Don't make a sound. Everybody will get up. Shh. They said, okay, Swami. Then Swami's car came through the dining hall. It's a big dining hall. It sits 500, 600, 700 students at a time. And then it exits the other, the entrance of the dining hall. And then before I know, it's a dream, right? It's beyond space and time. Swami is sitting on the parapet wall, tiny parapet wall of the hostel. And then I am at his feet. And Swami tells me, I'm thirsty. Give me water. So I run to the water cooler. And there's a tumbler. And I fill the water and get it to Swami. And I, Swami, water. All this is, I'm dreaming. And Swami says, you give. Then I feed Swami water with my own hands, and Swami opens his mouth, and I put water in Swami's mouth. And I woke up. I was all drenched with tears. It was such a blissful dream, and I got up and I was like in the seventh world, how often you get to give water in Swami's mouth. And I was like, and I could actually feel my pillow was moist, And I was so blissed out. It was around 5:15, 5:20 a.m. And I rolled up my bed, I went to my room and I got ready and everything. Those days, Swami had asked me to come for morning darshan. Usually students don't go for morning darshan, but I was going. So it was around 7:15 or 7:20. Swami called me inside the entry room. 2 hours after my dream. And I was sitting, Swami was sitting, and there was a brother at the time who used to push Swami's chair, Prushti, Rameshwar Prushti. He was sitting. 3 of us were there in the room. And Swami was talking, ime samacharam, something, what did you have for breakfast? And it was his favorite question, And you say, Swami, idli. How many idlis? 2. Why 2? Why not 3? What will your mother say if she asks me, you'll take care of my son. Why are you only giving him 2 idlis? So anyway, those kind of talk was going on. And then suddenly Swami said, like that. He just points. So we know he wants water. So there will be a silver tumbler. So whoever is closest to that tumbler, they give water to Swami. So I happened to be sitting on Swami's right. Prushti was on the left. So I gave water to Swami. I'm on my knees, holding water. Swami had asked for water, and Swami is just looking at me. He is not extending his hand to take the water, but I know he has asked for water. I can't just keep it back. So I am like this. He is looking at me. His hands are on his thighs, and I am, what to do now? Those 3 seconds felt like 3 years. You can't keep it back. It's not like, okay, I'm thirsty, let me have a sip. What do? You're just standing and what to do. And Prushti also was very confused. He's also not knowing. And then Swami was just smiling. And then I remembered my dream. Oh, okay. And then I gave water to Swami in his lips, in his mouth. And Swami drank half the tumbler. He said, chal, chalu. Then I kept back. And this boy was fully confused. Oh, this fellow, if Swami asked water, he'll give in lips, in the mouth. But he didn't know. Only I knew. Just 2 hours back, the dream was there. And only me and Swami knew. Nobody else knew. Nobody would ever know. Swami just winked and Swami, as I gave water, he accepted it because, it was like, that day I realized, wow, who is this being? He walks into the dream state and then walks into the, the sushupti, what is it called? The swapna, sushupti and jagrata avastha. He just walks in and walks out of dream state and then appears and he's there with my eyes open. But this is the same being who came in my dream and is enacting the same drama. What a great being. He can just walk in and out of any state of consciousness. And that day, like when Swami understood the meaning, when Swami says, I'm always with you. I used to think, are you with me when I'm in deep sleep? In Sushupti, there is no world only. Are you with me? He is. Because when he says, I'm always with you, means I am always with you. That's all. That's it. Our mind may not grasp the profundity of the statement. When he says, I'm always with you, it simply means I am always with you. That's it. That's all. There is nothing else to add or subtract from that statement. So it was, wow. It was such an eye-opening statement. Eye-opening experience. Talking of dreams, it's such a strange thing. It happened just 3 days back. 3 days back. 3 days minus today. 4 days back, actually. Just 2 days back before I flew out. I have a very close friend. You may have heard of him, Sai Shravanam. He's a very good musician. He has a studio in Chennai, which Swami inaugurated, by the way. When I was there, actually. I was there with Swami when Swami inaugurated his studio. So we are pretty good friends. Because it so happened that many of his interviews were with me. In fact, Swami got him married when I was next to him. I was next to him. His bride was not. But Swami told the marriage mantras in his ear. Okay, that's how Swami got him married. So anyway, what happened? He suddenly 8 a.m. in the morning, he calls me. We haven't spoken for 2 years. He is super busy. I am also super busy. We know we are there for each other. But some friends are like that. They're just there. They don't have to talk every day. We haven't spoken for a year and a half. No communication at all. Suddenly 8 a.m. he calls me. I'm like, no message, no hi, no WhatsApp, just calling me. I said, Sai Ram, Sanjay. That's how he talks. He said, oh, hey, Shravanam. Why? I thought he by mistake, it'll butt dial or something. Then, no, I wanted to talk to you. I said, why, what happened? 15 minutes back only I got up. So then I said, first of all, I asked him, why are you getting up so late? It's 8 a.m. He said, no, I had a big recording. Okay. I just got up and I had a dream. Then I sat on my bed for 15 minutes to make sure that the dream is real. Is it still staying with me? Is it vivid? It was very vivid. I said, okay, what's the dream? The dream was I am in the bhajan hall playing tabla. He's a very good tablaist. He is playing tabla. And Swami calls me in the bhajan hall. And he's asking me, how is your studio going? How is your work going? He said, it's all going very well, Swami. Then he said, Sanjay kita pesiniya? He asked me. And he said, what? Who Sanjay? What Sanjay? Sanjay kita pesiniya means, did you talk to Sanjay? Swami is asking him. Then he said, for a moment I didn't know which Sanjay. Then he said, Kalyana Mantram Sanjay. Because that's how he associates me in his mind, because this is the guy who was sitting in the room and Swami in my ears told me the marriage vows or that mantram, that Vishnu mantram that is told, Swami muttered in his ear and only I was there. So that's how Swami Kalyana Mantram Sanjay, okay. Then he turned, he saw I was also sitting on a corner somewhere behind, and then he said, Swami called both of us, then he called you and me and then created Vibhuti and gave both of us. So I really want to tell you, it was such a vivid dream. I know, I can't believe, I can feel like I'm not sure I'm still dreaming or I'm awake. And I said, wow, and then we exchanged notes. This is amazing, yaar, how Swami, wow. And then, now this is the part that blew my mind. And he said, so we should meet. I said, yeah, let's meet. So he said, when are you coming to Chennai? He lives in Chennai. I said, Chennai, I don't know. When are you coming to Parthi? You may come to Parthi sooner. So let's meet in Parthi. Okay. So he said, no, I have some trip coming up. After that, I'll come. I said, yeah, I also have a trip coming up. So, where are you going? I said, I'm going to States. Oh, I'm also going to States. Now, this is the part that totally blew my mind away. Then he said, what are you going to States for? No, I'm holding a retreat in Houston. He said, Houston, when are you reaching Houston? I said, I'm reaching Houston on 17th morning. And when are you flying out? So I'm flying out on 23rd morning. There was silence. For 30 seconds, he was silent. I was like, the connection went up. Hey, Shravanam, you there? He said, yeah. He said, this is totally crazy. I am arriving in Houston on 17th September and leaving on 23rd September. And this is not even London or Paris. Who comes to Houston? Why on earth are you in Houston and coming exactly on the day I am? And we haven't touched base for 1.5 years. He has a music program on the very weekend on which I am holding a retreat with my wife in Houston. On that very weekend, he has a music program. I don't know with whom. Somebody, maybe Rahman or somebody. He keeps traveling with Rahman. So he is having a program. And it was so why I am saying this is, we think Swami has left, this, that. It's all stories of our head. It means nothing. For a being as magnificent, what does it even mean? The idea of birth and death, and who can walk in and out of dreams, Sushupti, Jagrata, Swapnas. He can just walk here and there. The idea of birth and death, it is a joke. And it is only a reflection of our ignorance that we even think that such a transitory states of the human body can apply to a shining being like Swami. And here he is, and we haven't connected for 1.5 years. He comes in the dream, connects both of us, and we both are going to be in Houston. I am reaching at 1 p.m., he is reaching at 4 p.m. 23rd, I am flying out at 11 a.m., he is flying out at 1 p.m. And so finally we're going to meet in Houston. He said, I will find you, I'll come and meet you, we'll have a dinner. So he lives in Chennai, I live in Parthi, but Swami is making us meet in Houston. So, what a extraordinary being, and how lucky to having sat at his feet. Talking about feet. So I usually, after all the hundreds of thousands of things that happen when you're around Swami, the things that stuck in me were the things that took me closer to the realization of my own inner connection with him. The inner journey, the things that reveal something to you about the inner aspects of the divine. So, one such experience was, I don't know how many of you remember. Most of you look pretty young to remember. The first Ati Rudra Mahayagnyam was held in 2006. Then there were a series of yagnyams like that. There was one in Chennai, there was one in Mumbai, a lot of places. But the first Ati Rudra Mahayagnyam was held, I think, in the October of 2006. And it was a very big affair. Like, Swami just blew it up. And those 8, 9 or 11 days or something, it was so magnificent. Day and night. The energy of the Kulwant Hall, the Vedam chanting, the Lingam that was being consecrated, and Swami will be sitting, and hundreds of priests chanting, students chanting, and people were flying over from all over the world just for a glimpse of that. They would fly from Australia, Canada, come, have one darshan and fly back. So much hype Swami had built around the first Ati Rudra Mahayagnya. I have personally, in my 11 years that I sat at Swami's feet, I have never seen Parthi so crowded, actually. In no Shivratri, no Guru Purnima, no birthday, I have not seen Parthi so crowded and so full of excitement that even students were getting hard to find a place to sit. So if you're late, because I usually had kind of a reserved space, but I was not getting a place to sit. It is where so much it had become, every possible VIP you can conceive was there. So they had taken the whole portico, everything. It was just jam-packed. And the excitement when Swami will come, and oh my God, it was just at a crescendo. It was just, rising. And the climax had reached on the Purnahuti day, which is the culmination of any yajnam. And as you know, be it the Veda Saptaha Purusha Yajnam or Atiruddhama Yajnam, that final day, Swami is the Yajman. He oversees the offering, and then Swami goes around sprinkling holy water. Physically, Swami goes, he has a small broom, with that he dips and he goes and splashes holy divine water on everybody. And it's a very exciting thing, water from Swami's hands to fall on you, a water that's been so consecrated. For so many days it has received Vedam. And water, by the way, I don't know if you may have read it or heard it, it's a very great receptacle of energy. It greatly holds many things. It transforms according to the vibration. So it is sitting in the Kulwant hall in presence of Swami, and that water is getting, so it's a phenomenal thing. Now, students were getting up at 5 a.m. and running to the Kulwant hall to be there by 6 a.m. because if you go late, and Swami will come by 8:30. Now this may look like very entitled to you, but students running at 6 for 8:30 darshan is quite rare because we have a block where we sit. So I was walking like that to Kulwant hall one day, and I was feeling, I had given also a talk in one of those evenings, and in that talk I had said, we are all one with Swami, and everything is here, everything is now. It's only the mind that craves for something. And then one of the days I was thinking, what am I doing? I'm saying something, doing something. Why am I running? What's going to happen? If Swami is here, what is my urgency to be there? So I am right now not here so that I can go there and then be here. So something just dawned on me. I said, what is this drama? Let whatever happens, happen. I am going to walk slowly, aram se do my Ganesha Pradakshina, chant my mantrams, and relaxed. I'm going to 8 a.m. I'm going to go to Kulwant hall. Wherever, if space is left, I will sit. If it is not left, I will go and stand somewhere. And that was the Purnahuti day. The streets of Parthi were all deserted because everybody was in the Kulwant hall or queuing outside Kulwant hall. And it was, I cannot tell you, if you were there, any one of you at that time, you would know what I'm talking about. So I reached Kulwant hall at 8 a.m. As expected, there was not an inch of space. An ant also would not have found space. It was like that. People were literally merging with, that is not the merging we want, but they were merging with each other. Like one person's thigh was literally like this. We are all experiencing the cross. And there was no place at all. There was only place in one place. And no wonder why there was a place there, because that was a section of the Kulwant hall where Swami had not visited for the last 7 days. So those days Kulwant hall was a little different. Now the structure has changed. Those days how it was, there was a portico. There used to be a Ganesha. I don't know, many of you may not even know what I'm talking about. There used to be a Ganesha behind the metal Ganesha. We used to call him Metal Ganesha. That's how we had our metal Ganesha, yellow Ganesha. Like that we had our words. This is Metal Ganesha. Behind him was the portico, which is the biggest VIP seat. The vice chancellors, the registrar, the Mr. Chakrabarti, all the top shots, they sit there. That's the place. Now what happened? Because there was so much crowd in the Kulwant hall and people were they had come from so much distance to have one glimpse of Swami. Swami asked all VIPs to come and sit in the front. Again, I don't know if you know what I'm saying. There used to be a section where doctors would sit. There used to be a section where professors, and all those places were taken over by the VIPs. So the doctors and the teachers came off to students' area. That is why students were not finding place. So the whole thing cascaded. And Swami was not at all going in the portico, completely stopped, because he didn't want to waste time with the VIPs. He wanted to make himself more available to the tens and thousands who are queuing up to have a glimpse of him. So he would come from the ladies' side, he will take a cut there, he will go via the primary school, and when he comes from the primary school, instead of going into the portico, which was his usual route, the darshan route, he would cut like this, come via students and go and sit in the Kulwant hall, in the center. He'll just sit off in his throne in front of Ganesha. So he had come, so that place was empty. That was the only place where you can settle down. So I said, "Theek hai. I am prepared for this. Anyway, I knew I won't find a place, so I went and sat down. I was there. One lonely Sevadal was sitting there with a blue scarf. Only 2 of us were there. And the Bhajans started, and now we know Swami is about to come, and Swami came, and you could literally cut with a knife The energy of the Kulwanthal was so palpable. Everybody, and then Purnahuti happened, and then now people were just going crazy, and Swami was sprinkling water. I said, "Okay, I'll just close my eyes. Let me practice what I have learned from Swami. Be here and now." Okay, what is it that Swami cannot give me? He doesn't need water. A person, a being who can walk in and out of my dream, who has touched me to the very core of my being. He doesn't need water, fire or ice to transmit his love, his grace to me, to transmit his love and grace. He doesn't need a medium. So I said, I'm just going to close my eyes and I'm just going to sit quietly. I closed my eyes and I sat quietly. And the excitement outside was going, and I was sitting quiet. Okay. Of course, a little bit I was feeling I'm missing something, I have to admit, but it's okay. Now nothing can be done about it. Swami has already come and I'm sitting. I'm just sitting quietly and I'm rudely awakened by a bucket full of water that falls on my face. Like, chabak, like that, go. And Swami, I'm sitting here and Swami is right here. And he's just smiling at me mischievously. So basically that day, later I found out that he came, but that one day, he actually came off in the portico. And he entered the portico and it was too late for anybody to run back in the portico. Swami had entered. So nobody can run back. Once Swami has entered, you have to everybody. And only I was there and Sevadal was there and Swami came. Apparently he came and he stopped his chair, his wheelchair in front of me. He dipped the broom in the water and pachak, it fell on me. The whole bucket full of water. And oh my God. So that day I realized that for the one who chooses to stay where he is truly, the universe comes to that person. Of course, that day Swami may have come, may not have come. If he did not come and this chapak would not have happened, I wouldn't be telling you this experience. It has a beautiful ending. But always it is not that way. Also, Swami gives sometimes what we students call halwa. You know what that means? Halwa? Okay. No. You know what it means to eat. But you know what is to get halwa from Swami? Means basically you will understand when I'm done with this experience what's a halwa. 2004, a bunch of us, 9 of us, Swami was constantly, so we used to started calling Navratnas. Students used to call us Navratna. Every day he will call us for lunch. Every day he'll be sitting with us all day. So now the time had come for Swami to go back to Puttaparthi. This was full May and June. When the college breaks, Swami will be in Vrindavan, so we are in Vrindavan. Then the time had come for Swami to go back, Parthi. Then Swami told us, so tomorrow morning, be ready. I am going back to Parthi. All of you come with me. Means all of you also come with me. Means get a cab and come with me. All right, I am going to Parthi. I am telling you, don't tell anybody, because Swami usually keeps his hush-hush. But it doesn't remain hush-hush. The word always spreads because Swami doesn't want everybody will come to see Swami off. Swami just quietly wants to slip away from Vrindavan. So, but he told, no, then Swami told, go. You all go now, arrange your cars. Okay? Tomorrow morning, I am leaving at 6 o'clock. You all come at 9 o'clock. And then come back, evening in Puttaparthi, I will see you all. Okay, go. Go now, go. Cars will get over, you go arrange cars. And all 9 of us got up to leave. And Swami told, he looked at me and said, you sit. Then I sat down. The 8 of them left. And I was sitting here alone with Swami. Swami told, you come with me in my car. Okay? I will take you in my car. You don't go with them. Okay? Let them arrange. Don't tell them. Don't tell anybody that. Okay? You come with me in my car. Mic drop moment. Wow. Mercedes-Benz, Swami, you, Swami, Satyajit, driver. Only 4 people. Only 4 people in the car. Okay? Only 4 can go. There is a driver, usually Padmanabhan or somebody, and then you and Satyajit and Swami. Wow. I mean, imagine how special. And then I went, and so go now, you go, you come tomorrow, 6 a.m., you be here, outside this door. I know which door Swami is talking about. Okay, Swami, okay. Then my friends are asking me, so we have booked 2 cabs. Which one are you joining? What to say? I can't tell. Swami told, don't tell them. I'm making complete fool of myself. I will tell you, and they're like, what you will tell? We have to book the cab. Tell which one. Should we book a 6-seater, 7-seater, 4-seater? Which one you want to go in? I will tell you. And they were very irritated with me. Like, what is this fellow doing? What is this rubbish? You tell or don't tell? They have no clue what happened. Swami told, don't tell them. And I was literally hiding from them the whole day. Let them, these fellows just go off to Bangalore. I can have my special day with Swami. Just get out, man. Just go away. Go to Parthi. So they didn't book their cab. I had no place for me. There was no cab, no place. I got some very nice, the best clothes I had. I wore off all those. 5:45 a.m. I went and stood off at that gate. And Narasimhamurthy sir gave me a weird look. Why is he standing here alone, all alone? And he just looked at me. But, well, he knows Swami must have told him something. So I'm standing there. Swami walks out at 6 a.m. sharp. Black Mercedes is standing. Swami comes. Just 4 or 5 of us are there, some VIPs, just people who know that Swami is going to leave at the night. Swami comes like that. He looks at me. He doesn't even bat an eyelid. He sits in the car and zooms away. Not even a look of apology. I'm so sorry. Nothing. I'm sorry. What just happened? He just sat. Satiji sits. Mr. Balram, he used to be a Bangalore devotee. He sits. And then, I'm forgetting who was on the left. Some other gentleman was on the left. Car left. Halwa. This is called. Hot halwa. Okay. With this halwa in my hand. Now I'm going looking for cab. All cabs are booked. It is not that day. I'm talking about 2004. We don't have an Uber or there are no cabs. Everything is booked, gone, finished. And the moment word spread, Swami has left, devotees pack, especially foreigners, they just pack their bags, they run helter-skelter. Whichever four-wheeler, they just sit off, pay whatever, just take us to Parthi. Swami's first darshan in Puttaparthi, I have to be there. Nothing is there. Then I approached my 8 friends. any place in the car. Couple of them understood something the Swami has done some jhol. Otherwise, this poor fellow won't make such a fool of himself. Anyway, I squeezed into some car and I went. So why I am saying this is, always being in the moment doesn't mean life will turn out the way you want it to turn out. Sometimes there will be shocks also. But everything can be handled if we are in the moment. So that day I got the water. This day I got the halwa. But it is the same. It is the same. Swami's whole job is to raise the mind, throw the mind, raise the mind, throw the mind. We all call him the divine dhobi. How they, in Parthi, if you have seen, dhobis, how they wash their clothes. Wash our clothes, sorry, not their clothes. They wash our clothes on the rock. Tak. So Swami is like that. Take the mind up, dham. Take the mind up. Because you're allowing my mind to go up. The day your mind is not going up, he is not interested in you. Means my job is done now. Now, theek. Bas. Ho gaya kaam. Homework done. Now you relax. I'm not going to trouble you anymore. Now if I say I will take you in car, I will take you. Because I don't have to raise your mind and drop it. Because the mind is, car, oh my God, Swami. Oh, you're fully out of the moment. Where then Advaita, this one, that one, I'm one with Swami, what? Everything is gone. And then again, like that. So, I remember once, this is completely digression, how much, we just talk of this Advaita and this and that. I remember I used to talk, even when Swami used to ask me to speak, I used to speak about Viveka Chudamani, this one, that one. One day, Swami called some of us to watch a movie. And he was upstairs in Trai Brindavan. He said, come. 4 or 5 of us went. And the usual practice is, whenever we go to Swami, instantly we just sit at his feet and start pressing his feet. So we did that. So Swami was sitting on a sofa, like a big couch, one-person couch, and there was another empty couch, same couch next to him. And there was TV, and something was going on. Now, I don't even know what movie, who will watch movie when you're sitting with Swami, okay? So, but Swami called us to watch a movie, but nobody watched me. Swami was looking at Swami like that. And I was also sat on Swami's feet and started pressing. So I said, hey, sit here. Oh, how can I sit next to Swami at the same level? I said, sit here next to me. Same couch, same height. How do you do that? How? I'm so uncomfortable sitting next to Swami at the same couch, just next to him. But Swami insisted, no, sit here. Come, sit. It was a command. Now it was reached a stage where you cannot say no anymore. So I sat. I still remember I was shaking. And Swami just held my hand was like this, and Swami's hand was like this. And he just held my hand, and I just sat. And just looking at Swami, and something was going on the screen. Something was moving on the screen, and I was just looking at Swami. And for a second also I was not in the moment. I could not even enjoy the moment of sitting with Swami because I was just so terrified at the very idea of sitting next to him at the same level. That's the depth of our Advaita. The slightest test and we don't know what to do. So it was a digression. Anyway, so let me just refer what else have I noted. Okay. Many years back, 2008, is when I finished my PhD from Swami's college. And I asked Swami, what should I do? Swami said, I'll tell you. So once Swami says, I tell you, we don't ask again. That's the unwritten rule with Swami students. You just wait. It can be one day, it can be 10 years. There are students who waited for 10, 11, 12 years, doing nothing, just sitting. Because Swami said, I'll tell you. Swami told me, I'll tell you. In between, he did some tamasha, join this, join that, Radio Sai. Those days it used to be called Radio Sai. Then 3 days, no, that's not for you. Something he'll keep doing just to keep you interested. But I will tell you means I will tell you. Okay. So, those days I used to have 6,000 rupees per month. 6,000 Indian rupees. So because my father had some FD, he was kind enough. He transferred the interest of that to me. So I used to get in my bank account 6,000 rupees per month. For 3.5 years, I was like that because Swami said, I'll tell you. He took a mere 3 years to tell me. So I had a PhD and I was living like that. But that's not difficult. That's a lot of money in Puttaparthi. Because I had six pairs of white clothes. I used to wash my own clothes. Eat in one of the canteens, which will cost you less than $50 a day. Walk everywhere. It's a tiny place. There's no auto, nothing. You walk everywhere. And remaining money is for travel and this and that. So 6,000 is just enough. It used to be good, manageable. I used to even save some 400, 300 rupees per month. But you cannot have any unexpected expenses you cannot have. You cannot have emergencies. Your life is just set. And if it continues in that like a black and white movie, everything is fine. So one such month, 2009 or something, or 2010 I think, I had a very unexpected expenditure. I had to suddenly spend 4,000 rupees. Some obligation, I'm not even remembering what. I had to repay somebody something. I had to spend 4,000 rupees and it was the 3rd or 4th of the month. Just the beginning of the month. And I was like, oh my God. Now how am I going to eat? How am I going to cut the whole month now? Well, I have only 2,000 rupees left in my account. And how am I going to now live? Then it hit me. I was very upset. And I was very angry with Swami. I said, what have you got me to? It's all just mind games. What have you got me to now? I don't want to ask my father. I'm 29 years old. I have a PhD and many people had offered me jobs. I still remember there was a big businessman in Singapore who said, ask Swami and come and join my company. There was a guy in Japan also. He said, tell Swami, I will tell Swami. He was a big VIP. I said, oh sir, please don't do all that. Swami has told me to wait, so I will wait. So, and suddenly all those things started coming up. Like, Swami, come on, I have a PhD and you have got me to a state where I am not sure how will I have my 3 meals a day. And I got very depressed thinking of that. And suddenly I started feeling very depressed and I started crying. Like, what is going on? What is this? Then, I'm cutting the long story short, there's so much more to it. Then I just sat down and I just started meditating. I was really so frustrated, you have to offer it to Swami and just remain quiet. And I quietened my mind and I opened my eyes and my energy was completely different. And I felt such gratitude for the richness of the spiritual life that Swami has granted me. Of the opportunity to sit at the feet of such a divine being for so many years, eat with him, live with him, travel with him, and he gave me so much, almost the chance of also being in his car, so many things. And What can substitute that richness of experience of living with a divine being? The abundance that he has showered on me in another dimension of life. There is some lack of abundance in some other aspect of life, but then who has ever walked on two legs and has had everything? Ever. Who has ever had everything? I haven't met a person like that ever in my life. Even Swami did not have everything. How his health failed in the last few years, some projects succeeded, some did not succeed. When such a great being cannot have everything, how can we have? So my heart felt so much gratitude. You could have told me in 2004, MB ho gaya, jao, Papa Mummy ka seva karo, go, take a job. You could have told any VIP in the, isko job do. They would have given me a job. Swami has done that for many students. And no campus placement, we used to call it Kulvanthal placement. Swami just tell, isko job do, that's all. He will take you, that CEO will make you his executive assistant. Because, he has to next year come and show his face to Swami, no. And first thing Swami will ask me is, how is that boy? So he has to keep him well. He has to underwrite his happiness. This is how Swami's love for students. So he could have done anything, no, but he chose to keep me at his feet. He asked me to do PhD, and after PhD, he said, ho gaya PhD, now jao, Japan, jao, Singapore, jao. He said, no, I will tell you. Because he still wanted me to hang around for whatever, what richness he has given me on another dimension. I said, oh, Swami, and I cried. What was so stupid of me? Even if I starve to death today because I don't have money, I have lived such a rich life with you. What is the problem in even dying? What great thing I'm going to do in this life anymore? And I started crying. Before I was crying with depression, now I was crying with joy. And so those days, there was no net banking and there were no smartphones in India. So if you have to check your balance, how much money you have left, you go to the ATM. And then you swipe your card and then the ATM gives you a slip. You go, check balance, tick, you have to press the button. And then a slip comes. So balance, 2,000 rupees, 2,060 rupees or something was my balance. And I had the ATM slip with me. I said, Kya Swami, what is there? And I took a pen and I added 1 0. It was 2,000 rupees. I added 1 0. It became how much? 20,000. I will live like a Raja. That was how high our expectations were. 20,000 rupees is living like a Raja. So I'm just going to enjoy my life. What is that, Swami? You will provide. What have you not provided me? Till now you have not left my hand. Are you going to leave my hand now? So I said, forget about it. I live well. Then, I started cleaning my shelf and I was very happy. So let's do something constructive. I started cleaning my shelf and started removing my clothes and I'm going to give away some old clothes and all that. I was in that mood. And suddenly I saw one old envelope, yellow. It had turned yellow. It was white, but it must have been many years old. It turned yellow. I took that envelope and I opened it. And there was a whole bundle of cash. Not little, but a thick bundle of cash in that envelope. And I was like, what is this? Where did this money come from? And I was scratching my head and I remembered, 2005. And I'm talking about 2010 or late 2009. 2005, I remembered the day Swami asked me to do PhD in the interview room. Swami gave me an envelope. And he told me, and I couldn't control even now I'm getting goosebumps when I think of Swami's awareness. He gave me that money and he told, you know what he told? He told, Ye rakho, this is for you. Okay, don't have to ask. The words, he said, I don't want you to ask your parents for money. Keep this. Don't use it. Someday you will need it. And he gave me that money. And I was about to ask money from my parents. Like what to do, I have to eat. And that he said, don't ask, I don't want you to trouble your parents. You keep this, don't use it. Someday you will need it. He gave me in 2005. And for good measure he told, see, money is important, but it is not very important. So keep it under. Don't forget about it, told. So as an expression of my gratitude, what I did apparently, I put it right under all my clothes. Symbolically suggesting to myself that money is important but least important. And I forgot about it. Now you may think, how can anybody forget about so much money? That's the magic of living with Swami. Just now only I was coming in car with my dear friend Swami, and I was reminiscing my Parthi days. Amongst the other, the most wonderful things that happened was the thing that you could not help thinking about Swami. So those 9 years that I was a Swami from 2002 to 2011, I cannot think of anything, having thought of anything except thinking of Swami. The whole 9 years looks like a blur. It was like Swami, 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 Swami. You wake up with Swami, you sleep with Swami, then you go to darshan, you come back, everywhere you look it is Swami's picture, then you go to the college teachers are Swami students, they are talking about Swami. And even if you don't want to think of Swami, your mind just can't go away from Swami. You like it or hate it. If you like it, you will be Narada. If you hate it, you will be Ravana. But either way, you cannot stop thinking of God. And you just go, Swami, 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 Swami. So it is very easy. So I just forgot. I literally forgot about that money. I put it and I forgot. Why would I need that money? Anyway, Swami don't use it. I put it. And the mind gets so obsessed about Swami. Every day, one darshan is over. From there, all you can think of is, when will I see Swami next? And your mind is only think of, when will it be 4 p.m.? When will Swami come? When will Swami come? Then you go to the Kulwant hall. Swami comes. You come back. And then you eat Brahmarpanam. And then you eat. And you go sleep. Swami come in my dream. Thinking of Swami. Then next day morning, when will it be 7 a.m.? When will I rush for darshan? When it will be Sunday? You are just thinking, and I forgot. And how much money was there in that envelope? Nope. 18,000. 2. I had put 10. It became 20. I was really, my God. How did he know in 2005 that 2010 this is going to happen? That I'm going to have a 4,000 rupees expenditure. I'm going to have 6,000 rupees a monthly income. I'm going to need 2,000 rupees. I'm going to be forced to ask my parents. I'm going to be depressed. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to clean my cupboard and I will find it. And 18,000 rupees he gave me to make it 20. I put 10. Only regret was I should have put 2-3 more zeros. How stupid. I just had a pen. I could have put as many zeros as I want. So, but see, that's also a very deep lesson for me. We cannot outlive the size of our consciousness. We can live in a marble palace, but if our consciousness is constricted, we will only enjoy life that much. My mind was capable of, for me, the idea of a lot was only 20,000, I'm sorry. That was the idea. That is all my mind was capable of conceiving. And my first job in the university, you know what was my salary? 19,970 rupees. That was my first salary. The first job at which 2011, I joined the Sri Satya Institute of Higher Learning. My first salary was, 20K almost. Because that's how we work with our limitations. We think life is limited. No, my consciousness is limited. This much only I can expand and that much only becomes available. In every dimension of life, not just material, even spiritually. I feel this much only I can do. This much only I can have love for Swami. This much only I can surrender. This much only I can do meditation. This much only I can be. This is the level of devotee that I am. In fact, I remember going back to that when Swami appeared in front of my mother and said, I'll take care of your son. My mother screamed for my father, oh, come, Swami came. And my father came, Swami had disappeared and my father came running. I said, what happened? So Swami appeared here and he told that he will take care of our children. And my dad's first reaction was, we are such ordinary devotees. How can Swami appear to us? But he did appear. He said in the interview room that I came. So that's the size. We think, oh, this much only I can connect to Swami. This much only I can feel his energy. Why will he appear in front of me? Why is he going to come in my dream? What am I to him? So he says, Tathastu. So our size of our consciousness, I could only write 10 because that was the extent to which I could think I deserve. I thought I deserved 20,000. Why? Why should a PhD deserve 20,000? Why can he not deserve 20 crores? Who says so? Is there anywhere written? No, but I thought I might deserve that much. I got that much. So these are some of the great things that, you remember. Yeah, you've kind of done. One experience I'll share. My wife is not here. I'll share her experience. She has always had a very inner connection with Swami. Very, very deep inner connection. Swami would keep appearing in front of her physically many times as a child and as she grew up. She comes from, of course, a family of very ardent Sai devotees. Very, very close. Swami used to go to Hyderabad. He used to stay in their house and all that. But by the time she came and she grew up a little, Swami had withdrawn because Swami was also entering the later stages of his avatarhood. So one day she was 14 and she had a big fight with her mom. 14-year-old fight. The fight was not 14, the 14-year-old's fight. Teenagers fight, big fight. You don't like me, I don't like you, blah, blah, blah. Everybody screaming at each other, and she went and stood at the balcony. Now I've seen that balcony, okay, and she stood and she says, I was just staring into the horizon and with such rage and anger, and I was so angry, and I was just looking ahead, knowing not what to do with my anger. And suddenly, my hand means her hand, I felt my right hand is not on my body. Where is my right hand? And my hand was like this. And I turned back and Swami is standing there holding my right hand. And he is just holding my right hand and just looking. Just looking. Not saying anything. Not saying, don't be a bad girl. Say sorry to mummy. Nothing. Anger is bad. No, nothing. He's just standing, looking. Just looking. And slowly, he vanishes. And to date, of course, her anger completely vanished, evaporated, and to date, she cannot even remember what was the fight with her mom about. What did Swami do? What did he do? Watch. What does he tell us to do? Watch. Be a witness, a deep witness to what's showing up in this moment. Anger is showing up. Be with it. Watch it. That's all he did. He just watched. And in that watching, he created a space where you could also watch and become the watcher. In that watcher, she forgot. Not transcended it, got over it, forgave her mother, nothing. She forgot. She just doesn't remember. To date also, she cannot remember. What was the fight about? We don't know. Nobody knows. It was a terrible fight to make me so angry. That's the power of watching. But that power of Swami's energy of just being there is available to each one of us to be just here now, watching everything that is surfacing and dissolve it, transcend it, and enter a greater silence. It's available to all of us. It's not a special ability that only gods have. We all have that ability to tap into the dimension of ourselves where we can just be the witness. And in being the witness, everything just disappears. It really does. I think that should do. We can go on. So maybe we can take, if there are some Q&A. Q and Q. Okay, I don't really have any answers. If you ask me a question, I may ask you a question in return. Okay. Oh, okay. So 2006, Swami was in Kodai, and we were also there in Kodai. And one evening, after the bhajan, Swami was sitting, and Swami said, 20 of us were sitting, and some VIPs were there. Swami said, who am I? Swami asked, who am I? Then, standard responses, Swami, you are God. Swami, you are our everything. Kuch. Shut up, sit. Basically he told, shut up, sit down. Then answers were flying thick and fast. Swami, you are the embodiment of love. Kadu. No, not that. Then I still remember one gentleman, a very famous gentleman, I won't take his name. He said, Swami, you are Paripurna Avatar. Swami said, Adu kadu, sit down. That I definitely am not. Sit. And then by the time we realized that no, we are not getting anywhere. So keep quiet. Which means Swami is wanting to say something. If every answer is wrong, time to shut up. Open your ears, see, give him the space to say what he wants to say. Then became quiet. And Swami said, Nenu, Nene. I am I. It is such a... Then of course after that Swami started explaining that, and he said Gautam Buddha got self-realization with this mantra only. He tried everything. He couldn't find the answer. After years and years of penance, he finally sat under the tree. And he asked himself this question, who am I? And the answer came, I am I. In that moment, he got. So that was Swami's description, but what a beautiful statement. I am I. Now, I can't go into the depth of it because that will take 3 hours. It will literally take 3 hours to go into the depth of this meditative practice of what we call self-inquiry and coming back to the essence of who we are and turning the mind inward, away from thoughts, emotion, body, identity, story, interpretation, and then coming to the very essence of who I am in this moment and knowing oneself as one is. There is no greater spiritual freedom than that. In just that one moment, Swami said, I am I. All these labels are your mind-made labels. Avatar, embodiment of love, God, Guru. I am just I. There is no description that can be given to me. It is a creation of your mind. It's a thought. I am that which mind cannot reach. The mind, words, language, description, these things cannot touch me. I am untouched by all this description of your mind. You can never get who I am because I am just I. I am I. I am just what I am. No more, no less. Such a beautiful, complete essence of the entire Vedanta. I am I. So actually over the years, Swami also asked me in another interview, and so this became kind of my spiritual sadhana was just this for many, many, many years. Just sitting with the silent I-ness, I am. And such magical things happen to me in my spiritual life I cannot even describe. That will need an entirely another kind of talk. Not just time is not only the problem. We need another kind of space to delve into those kind of things. But it was such a magical spiritual journey. And all this happened after Swami left in 2011. Just staying with the essence of who I am. So, yeah, that's what it is. Okay.
Watching in the YouTube. So
this question has come to you on WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Okay. From YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Somebody watched online, they're asking the question?
Yes. On behalf of her, I'm asking because she's going through very difficult, challenging time in her life, and with a physical element, and with her husband also. So, for in this journey, and today also she has to go to the doctor and see. So, what guidance you can give her, and how she can handle her future, so which is completely uncertain. We don't know what will happen tomorrow, day after tomorrow, because so in that thing, on behalf of her, is asking this question. I'm asking you that what advice you can give it to her.
So advice I can't give. I am going to be very frank here. I can give methods. There are methods that have worked for me tremendously in my life. It may look like I haven't faced challenges. I have faced severe challenges. Physical, body, mind, all kinds of challenges. But there are certain methods that have worked so magically that I did not even think it's possible to transcend suffering so deeply and so completely. So those are the methods. Now, I really don't know how to answer such a question without knowing her or talking to her, what is she undergoing. But very, very briefly, I can only say that challenges are in the world, suffering is always in the mind. And not for a moment I'm belittling what she is undergoing. Her challenges may be quite severe. Health, husband, all those are severe challenges, broken relationships, they're not easy to handle. But I will still put my neck out and say, challenges are in life. Suffering is always in the mind. Suffering is never out there. Suffering is always experienced and created in our mind. Suffering is an outcome of our lack of mastery over managing what we call thought and emotion. the way thought and emotion is getting generated in our system and the way it is taking over our life, lack of mastery over that, it is called suffering. That's the definition of suffering. However difficult your life, okay, let us say somebody is terminally ill. In their deep sleep, do they suffer? Because in the deep sleep, mind is not there. Thoughts of suffering are not there. Why did this happen to me? This is so wrong. Why me? God is not with me. How am I going to? What am I going to do in my future? What if this marriage doesn't work? How will I sustain? You see, all these thoughts that keep us out of the moment. Now, I know I may sound very simplistic. Oh, just be in the moment, everything will get solved. No, but really suffering ends when you are deeply rooted in inner silence in this moment. It can happen. However far-fetched it may look to the untrained mind now, it is very much possible, but it needs a certain level of commitment. It is very easy to say, I want truth. Actually, again, I'm digressing a bit. One day, 2009, Swami entered the Bhajan hall. And he was very disturbed. I'm not answering her question right now, but Swami was very disturbed. Apparently, he looked very disturbed. He looked very frustrated. And he said, my life waste. 2009, January. He entered the Bhajan hall. Bhajans are going on. And he said, my life waste. Life waste. My life, Swami is telling, my life waste. And what is going on? And Swami looked at all of us, from four rows, Bhajan boys, and I was also sitting there. I used to be a bhajan singer at that time. And Swami asked, none of you have died. He said in Telugu. Every church poledu, something like that. Nobody has died. My life is waste. None of you has died. How? Who all are willing to die? Most of us did not know Telugu. But we all raised our hands. Swami is asking who all want, means we raised only. Whatever it is, we have to raise. Everybody seems to be raising. Most of us are like that. We say we want truth. We don't want truth. And this is, again, I want to be very careful. This is in no way judgment about the lady who has asked the question. We say we want truth. We say we want our suffering to end. We don't know how deeply we have become identified with our suffering. How deeply we wear the badge of honor. Look at me. I'm such a martyr. How much we have identified with the games of the mind that actually very deep down subconsciously we don't even want our suffering to end because it gives us meaning in life. Again, I want to be very careful. I don't know the lady, but this is a general thing what I have observed working with hundreds of people over the last few years, which is what I have been doing now. So it is not that easy, but it is extremely easy to come out of suffering. Challenges will remain. Because I have seen people suffering, and when their consciousness shifts a little bit, that same suffering person, I have witnessed it, they are laughing about it. And they say, what's all the fuss about? Why have I been wasting 15 years of my life? Why am I suffering? That much clarity is possible. When the mind shifts, when we see reality, that needs certain work, commitment. That can't be created in 1 hour. So, because she asked, Deepika knows, me and my wife, we hold 7-week-long programs online. In fact, that's why we are here. We are doing such a program in Houston on 21 and 22 September. It's a 2-day, 18-hour retreat, quite intense. So that's why we are actually here. So that much time, how much do we want truth? How much? Then it will come. So for now, my advice only to her is, what she can do right now is completely surrender her life to Swami. Next moment, if I die, let me die with your name on my lips. And Swami says, if you give your life to me, I will take it. I will not turn you away. He has said it in the Bhagavad Gita, and Swami has physically, verbally said it in as many discourses. If you turn to me, I will be there. I will not be found wanting. I will not be slow in coming to you. I will not be the one who is late. So for now, she just has to deepen her surrender in all the midst of these challenges. She has to turn to Swami and say, Swami, I give you my life. My messed up life, take it. I give it to you. Body, mind, soul, relationships, thoughts, emotions, past, present, future. The whole damn thing, I give it to you. Do what you want to do with it. And I am simply going to sit in silence and watch you play the game. Swami will test. A being like Swami doesn't come easily. I'm telling you, a being such a great Swami, being like Swami won't come to you easily. Means coming to you from within, he will not come. You'll test. Really is your surrender total? Like really? Achha. Okay, little more. And when you say surrender is right, instantly he will just take over the life. So she has to deepen her surrender, or she has to work with her mind, but that will need some training. So that's what she has to do. All right. With more than this, I cannot answer on a WhatsApp chat. It's hard to, I have to get the context of what's happening. Yeah. Yes.
Two words, meditation and surrender, you just mentioned, right? Can they be at certain point be parallel or not parallel, like be one at?
No, they're not. They are the same.
Okay, so that's my in my mind.
What you're talking of meditation is actually concentration. Meditation is surrender. When you are, but you are not sushil, you are in dhyan. When you are, but you are not sushil, then you are in meditation. And that is the definition of surrender also. So when I say who I am, I'm saying I'm Sanjay. I born this day I was born, then I went to college, then I came to Swami, then I did this, then I did that, and then one day I died. This is my life. If somebody had to write a book on my life, this is what they will write. This is me. But there is something in me which is alive, but it is not Sanjay. What in me is not me. That space is the space of meditation. Everything else is just concentration. Concentrate here, you can do japam, you can whatever. But what is called dhyanam is that state of being where I am being, but I am not being me. That is only surrender also. Surrender means I have so completely given up any desire to change anything about my life. I have no wish to change anything about my life with my own effort except as an act of surrender. I give up everything that is me. Then after that act of surrender, what is left is meditation only. There is no difference. In fact, that I remember once, I asked Swami in the entry room, Swami, what is the difference between this Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and people say they are different. And Swami said, and I'm quoting Swami, Swami said, those who say Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga are different, they don't know either. They neither know Bhakti, they neither know Jnanam. If they knew any one of them, they will know that both are same. There is no difference at all. In both, you give up who you are. Totally you give up your individuality. You give up that with love, you are a bhakta. You give your individuality with awareness and clarity, you are a jnani. But the result is the same, which is nothing but deep meditative living. It's not just a meditation where you sit in Padmasana, hold the yoga mudra and close your eyes. It is a meditative living where it's a very effortless living. The word ashram means effortless. We say, I live in the ashram. It's not a physical location. Ashram. Shram means labor, effort, difficult, arduous, doing. Means it's a opposite. It's an antonym. It's an antonym prefix in Sanskrit. Means the absence of. Ashram means the absence of effort. That is ashram. So to live in an ashram does not mean to live in Puttaparthi. To live in an effortless state of joy and grace, that is to live in an ashram. And that is the meditative state, and that is also the state of surrender.
So anything we can do, we do, or we will do, can be meditative.
Of course. Of course. Yes, of course. How to come there, it's a very involved game. But of course, the answer is a definitive yes. Of course, whatever we do can be, it has to be meditative. Meditation is not it is also daily practice of sitting and that is also important. But that's a very beginning, kindergarten stage. That's a beginning where you actually sit and, okay, I'm going to meditate 2 hours every day, whatever. It's a good thing to have the discipline, but to live a meditative life is a different ball game. Yes. Anything else?
So give some advice for this YA. There are some wires there.
Give advice?
Yeah.
To whom?
To have we have seen Swami and came contact and all. For now, for them that physical form is not there.
Uh-huh.
So to find that Swami inside you, so what they can do,
So advice is only needed for you.
I know.
Because the moment we think someone else has to be fixed in my life, I'm not joking. Lot of parents come to me for my online program. My son, he's 26-year-old. He really needs your program. First, join. The fact that you think that someone in your life needs to grow spiritually means you really need to see reality. You haven't gotten anywhere. So first, do the program. Then if you have found something, then you can send your son in the next batch. Deepika, sorry. But see this. This is actually the beginning of suffering is this only. The husband is trying to fix the wife. The wife is trying to fix the mother-in-law. The mother-in-law is trying to fix her husband. Her husband is trying to fix the neighbor. The neighbor is trying to fix the boss. The boss is trying to fix his car. Everybody is trying to fix someone else, but I will not fix the person sitting in my chair. Who is sitting in my chair? Who is sitting in my chair? I am only sitting in my chair. I want to fix everybody else. See the genesis of all our problems? I need to fix. Why can't you happen the way I want you to happen? Arey bhai, he's a human being. He's not a program. That if we just program him, change some source code, some function here, and then he or she. Our whole problem in life, as far as other people are concerned, is this. The other person is not happening as I want. My teenage daughter is not happening. I have had people come to me, my teenage daughter, I don't like our boyfriend. I have had mothers come to me, my teenage daughter does not have a boyfriend. What do you want? We are never happy. We are never happy. The thing is because we are trying to fix somebody. Somebody, only if you be like this, you talk like this, I'll be so happy. Why can't you be this way? Why can't you give me happiness? No, you're screwed. There is no way out of this mess. So, and this is so wonderful that you ask, because I have seen this so often, Usually it is husbands trying to fix their wives. She really needs your program. Dude, what's wrong with you? If you think somebody needs to grow in your life, then you are the first one who needs to grow. Because you made your happiness and your peace so contingent on something, we haven't seen any reality then. So this is the thing. Okay? You're happy now? I'm on your side. Okay? Don't allow anybody to fix you. Yeah. You don't need fixing. Parents are always trying to fix children. Sorry, I expected something else. Sai student from Puttaparthi, he'll be something else. But this is what it is now, what to do. I have no control over what's coming out. Anything else? I don't think anybody's going to ask anything now. Oops. I don't want to be the next one. We've seen what happened to Deepika.
To continue that thought, time has changed.
Okay.
Right? Like we are in 2024. Time has changed in the sense like physical time.
Yeah.
Like when Swami was there, when you as a student, he must have told you certain things to live, to follow the laws of nature and universe. But now the times have changed, and kids do ask us, why are you forcing us to do things which was then, valued but not now? Sometimes we as adults don't have answers.
So we don't have answers because our transformation is not complete. That's all. We don't have answers because we haven't figured out ourselves yet. Because this answer is not an intellectual answer. The answer is in the state of our being. This is the thing. We think answer lies in a thought. Somebody asks a question, then I give you an answer, and then they're happy. The answer to life is not in words and thoughts. It is in the state of being. I don't know if I'm even making sense because it's such a deep work. My state of being is my answer. There is no answer here. If there were an answer, we would have found it by now. Don't you think? We are all such intelligent, we are an intelligent species. If there was an answer, we would have found it. Wherever it is hidden, we would have found it. The problem is, I am the answer. So we anyway cannot help anybody beyond the extent of our transformation. We think we can give advice to people, we can help them, maybe we can give some solace to some people, sometimes they need some support, some solace, sure. But genuinely, we cannot help anybody beyond the extent of my own transformation. To the depths within me to which I have realized myself, that's the only help that is possible for me to give. Because that is the reality. So then when parents come to me with questions, I say, work on yourself. You become brilliant inside you spiritually, and then you will see. It's so miraculously I have seen this. Some people, they work with me for some time and for no reason my husband is behaving differently. Yeah, because you have changed. I'm not even taking it in an interaction or a transactional way. Your energy has changed. Now people in your presence have to be different. They have no option. A most corrupt politician will come and sit at Swami's feet like a child. Because that is Swami's energy. In that presence, you can't be anything else. He will go out, and in 5 minutes, he will start doing something corrupt again. But when he comes in Swami's, in that orbit. So when we change as beings, this work is hard work. Giving advice is simple. Trying to fix others is violent, but simple. Working on something else outside of me is simple. So we all want to take the easy way out because it's the mind's way. It's the Maya's way. It's simple to fix somebody, criticize, condemn, judge, point finger, force them. If you have power over them, we will force them to change. If you don't have power over them, we will fight with them and live in resentment and bitterness. And where there is power, we will bulldoze them into change. And we think I've done a great job. But we have not done the hard work. It's not really hard, but a different kind of work of turning attention inward and creating a genuine transformation. That commitment most of us don't have. And this is in no way a judgment on anybody. I am also like this only. We're all in the same boat. But this is what I have seen. It's easy to say, I want truth. I want transformation. We don't. We can't handle the truth. So many people I have seen, they come to me, just tell me the truth. And I start with true. I have not even reached the truth. It's just true has come. They run away because people can't handle the truth. I want the truth as long as it is the truth that I want to listen. We can't handle the truth. We cannot handle. We cannot become vulnerable. Open up and see what needs to be seen within us and transform this being. And then you will be surprised at how the mother, the father, the husband, the wife, the teenage son and the daughter and the boss and the neighbor, how they start behaving differently in your altered energy. It is, and 100% it has to happen. And Swami said this, no? Prapanchamanta, reflection, reaction, resound. I am not saying this. This whole universe, Prapancham. He didn't say Vishwamanta, not even the world. He said Prapanchamanta. This universe is nothing but reflection, reaction, resound. It's a mirror. Even if you cannot see it yet, it is a mirror. So, if you want to transform others, we have to transform ourselves. And as our energy shifts, they will shift. Then we will know in the right time what to say, how much to say, what not to say. Sometimes silence is the best advice. Sometimes withdrawal is the best form of love. Sometimes active engagement, what needs to be in that. So that self-churning and transformation, there is no escape from it. We are all in a way just running away from that fundamental task of self, somehow to keep me distracted from that fundamental task of self-transformation. But there is no escape. Today or tomorrow, we have to take the U-turn and come back to ourselves. Run, run, run. Lifetimes we can run. One day we have to turn back. Guarantee, 100%. There is no escape because answer is here only. It's not there anywhere else. It's not there in thought. It is in the transcendence of thought. It is in the silence of the heart. Silence is silence. Swami says that, right? Silence is silence. So, in the silence between the thoughts, that's where the answer is found. But we think answer is found in the thought. Again, a very roundabout answer for a simple question. But it is not a simple question because that's a fundamental human nature in which we have got trapped. And in that, we are trying to find answers. If you take a boat in a small pond, okay, and now you want to explore the whole ocean. So somebody comes and tells you, paint the boat yellow. Will it work? Get a better motor. Make it more luxurious. No, your boat cannot go beyond the size of the pond. So when we have not transformed ourselves, whatever life gives, takes, does, our experience of life will always remain limited. If my daughter transforms, she will transform. It won't solve. Something else will happen. It will not fix. We have to fix ourselves. Life will not fix itself so that we can be. That day is never going to come. Has it come for anybody? Have you met anybody for whom it has come? Then how do you think it's going to come? It hasn't come for anybody. It's never going to come. We have to fix ourselves. Then life changes from within, and then life changes in our experience of how life is happening outside. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, Deepika. Go.
Is there anybody else want to ask anything? Okay.
Yeah.
Last thing. This is.
No, I have no hurry.
Yeah.
My host has to drive me back. She has to go for work
This
tomorrow.
is the last one. Okay. I just want to clarify because this one I heard you told long back in the interview room. Swami was on some politics there talking. You said, Sonia Gandhi shouldn't be there.
Correct.
Then Swami stopped, right? Had given you a look.
Yes.
Can you tell why? What happened?
No, that did not. But just little 5 minutes will take. It's an experience. Okay. So 2004. I don't know if you all remember. Mr. Vajpayee was the Prime Minister, and he lost the election. Okay. It's very unexpected. Like this election just happened. Very unexpected. And Vajpayee lost the election. Elections are over. And we didn't know who is going to be the Prime Minister, but we all thought Sonia Gandhi is going to be the Prime Minister. So some people are sitting and 2-3 people, VIPs, see, they have a different equation with Swami. As a student, as a disciple, as a young boy, I should keep my mouth shut, Just sit and observe. They were having a very active discussion, and then something happened and Swami looked at me, and in that moment I got excited, forgetting in whose presence I am sitting. And I blurted out, Swami, a criminal can become Prime Minister, Swami, but Sonia Gandhi should not. She's Italian, Swami. She's not even a... Swami said, very good point. Chudu. And Swami told me, see, correct, I agree with you. And I felt very happy. Oh, amazing point I made. But that was a starting of a harrowing experience. What happened after that was, every time there will be... So, okay, once I said it, Swami, in front of such a divine being, he is playing some drama, talking some politicians with some people. My equation, Swami, is very different. I have come for something else. And so in the moment you get carried, you get excited. You want to make a brownie point you want to earn with Swami, right? It was so stupid. So I said it. Swami, criminal can become Prime Minister. Swami, Sonia Gandhi should not. Even after having said that, I felt bitter in my mouth. Like, what have I just said? But Swami said, very good point. I felt, okay. Chala manchi. Chudu abbai chudu. Chala anta manchi cheptunnaru. How nicely he is talking. Okay, great. I hit jackpot. Then after that, every time there will be a political discussion, and that used to be there was a political season. So every time, half the interviews will be political. Somebody will be talking something about Swami. This boy has a very good point. Tell. Swami, a criminal can become Prime Minister, but Sonia Gandhi, very good. He made me repeat that statement so many times. I got so frustrated. Ayyo, forgive me. And such a hard way he nailed that lesson. I don't even know how many, dozen times. Wait, Swami, they'll make, wait. You tell. Swami, and you can't say, Swami, stop, Swami. Stop. You can't. You can just pray inside your heart. I'm crying inside. Swami, stop. But when Swami says, say, you have to say. You can't let Swami down in front of VIP. Swami is telling, this boy is a very good point. You can't say, no, Swami, I don't have a point. Sorry. You can't say. You can't play with Swami. No, he is trying to portray. Then you have to play the game. So, Swami, criminal can become Prime Minister. I got so bored. And he made me repeat that stupid statement so many times. Finally, nothing you can do except pray. Swami, stop, please. And finally, he did stop. He stopped that. But I learned my lesson. In the presence of such a great being, hold your horses, shut up. You are there to shut up and get. You're not there to prove something. This is a being. Nothing is there to prove. He is everything that ever is, was, or will be. He is the Purnamada Purnamadam. That thing is sitting in front of you. Shut up. Sit in surrender, devotion. What rubbish are you talking? But I had to learn it the very, very hard way. So yeah, that was the experience. So I never forget that. Sonia Gandhi and I don't care if she becomes the Prime Minister again. I am never opening my mouth. Even now, even if Swami is not there, whoever become. I am not saying anything about it. Who knows? Swami is not here, but he can do anything. Yeah, of course. That is because I said so. Vak Shakti. And not once, so many times he made me say that. She could not have become. All right. We're done? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, brother, for coming and giving such a wonderful talk, actually. It's so awe-inspiring, actually, and it's so depth. So we are all in silence, actually. So thank you again. Thank you very much. Small token of that. Thank you.
Sanjay, you'll do aarti.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Satya Sai Om Jai Jagadish Jagannatha शांति 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 समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः
सुखिनो भवन्तु
समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शांति शांति शांति
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की, शिरडी साई महाराज की, साई माता जी की
परम पवित्र